Chapter 3, Part 3. She unclasped her belt, a girdle of green silk hemmed with gold, and drew it from around her waist. "This was a gift to me," she said, "from my aunt, the sorceress Morgan Le Fay. It is supposed to protect the wearer from all harm." Gawain, who had been about to tell her that he could not accept her gift as he had nothing to give her in return, paused when he heard that. He recalled the dark dreams which had plagued him in the night, and the shameful, unknightly thought crept into his mind. "From all harm, you say?" "Oh yes, Gawain. Anyone who buckles this belt tightly around him need fear no blow that is struck against him. The magic woven in it will deflect all blades." "Then I'm glad of your gift, and I will give you thanks for it," said Gawain, and took it from her and ran his thumbs over the fine woven fabric, wondering. It would be a cowardly act to trust such magic in a fight against a human foe, but surely not against the Green Knight, who clearly had magic of his own. "Fair's fair," thought Gawain, and when the lady left him, he buckled the belt on under his tunic, hidden from everyone, and went down to make ready for the next day's journey, feeling for the first time a faint hope that he might live to see tomorrow night alive. All through that day, while Gawain and the lady spoke of love, Sir Bertilac and his companions had been chasing a fox over high, bald hills and through tree-choked dales. The fox was old and wily. It had run through becks and bogs to throw the hounds off its scent, led them a long and merry chase. But at last, in the long light of the evening sun, they caught the fox, flushed it from its thorn thicket where it had gone to ground. The hounds piled onto it, wailing like demons, tails thrashing, teeth gnashing, until their lord waded among them, pulling them aside to lift the fox high, out of the reach of their jaws. Horns were sounded, and loud hurrahs, high echoes shivering among the crags. The rest of the hunters came riding up, those who'd been lost drawn to the sound of the kill. Then the slain fox was skinned, and with horns still howling, the hunters turned their horses' heads towards the white castle on the wood's edge, towards the warm lights of home. In the great hall that night, in the midst of the New Year feasting, Sir Bertilac presented Gawain with the fox skin and said, "Not even Arthur has been led such a chase, I'll bet, nor fetched home such a fine skin at the end of it. And how did your hunting go, Gawain?" Then Gawain gently kissed him 3 times. And Bertilac, after a moment, said, "3 kisses? A better prize than a stinking fox fur, some might say. But are you quite sure no other prize was given to you today? Anything you gained is mine, remember." Gawain thought of the belt he wore, the girdle woven from green and golden silk and helpful magic. He could feel it beneath his tunic, for it was a tad too tight. The lady was more slender than him. If he was to honour the wager he had made, he should present it to Sir Bertilac. But then what hope would he have of surviving the Green Knight's axe blow next morning? No, nothing else," he said. "Those 3 kisses were the whole of my haul." For a moment, Sir Bertilac looked as if he knew that Sir Gawain was keeping something from him. Then a smile spread across his face again. He clapped an arm around the young man's shoulder and said, "Come, tomorrow evening it will be New Year, and you must complete your quest to meet this green fellow. But tonight you're our guest still. You'll eat and drink your fill with us again, and hear in the full the tale of how we found the fox." So Gawain ate and drank, and heard the story of the hunt, and afterwards he made his goodbyes, and said his thank you to the kindly knight and the people of the castle, and especially to Sir Bertilac's wife, although with all the others crowded around about her, there were many things that he wanted to tell her, which he had to stay unsaid. Gawain slept dreamlessly that night. When he woke, it was still dark, and it was not the gentle lady of the place who roused him, but a man Sir Bertilac had sent him to guide him to the Green Chapel.